Welcome back to the Entertainment Files. Well, we are very excited in this special comedy edition. We've got a gentleman with us who is one of the cutting-edge comics in the country at the moment. He's also someone who has managed to take his stand-up comedy routine and turn it into something much, much more. We're going to be talking with Jeff Wayne, who created Big Daddy's Barbecue, which has been seen on television. It's going to be on Broadway next year, but tonight, he's right here with us. Thank you for being here.
Hello.
Hey, yeah.
Jeff, thanks for being here.
It's wonderful to be here. When do I get paid?
When do you get paid? Well, we promote your your CD.
Here, give me that so everybody
can
can
see
see
it. Get a good
it.
close-up on it right now.
This is my new CD called The Jeff Comedy Jam, available at record retail outlets everywhere, and it just went lead. And I'm doing a tour of yard sales with it next week.
That's that's exciting. It went lead. Did you forget to put the hole in the middle so it spins around?
It's the way the hole was put to the middle.
Oh, I see. Well, now, Jeff Wayne, one of my heroes in comedy, because you go right up to a topic and you go nose to nose and toes to toes with it. You're a
I like
very
that, nose to
funny
nose
man.
and toes to toes. I like
It's
that.
true. I'm practicing.
I've met women like that before. I'll tell you.
But you do. Now, I know at one time they used to promote you as a troubled man for troubled times.
That's true.
That's right. And I
Troubled
mean,
man.
the topics that you get into.
Yes.
How does that work for you when you're playing? And you've been playing in Vegas for many years, right?
Well, of course, you play to your audience. I'm there to make the audience laugh. So my theory of comedy is a verbal edition of like Harold Lloyd's famous comedy about climbing up the building. There's nothing funny about a man almost falling off a building, but he tops it off with a gag. So I'll get into a heavy subject like capital punishment. Somebody said to me, "Do you believe in electric chair?" I believe in electric bleachers. so I try to lock them in with a heavy setup and then, release the tension,
And people appreciate honesty, don't they?
Well, they appreciate honesty, but of course, as we know, that's subjective, isn't it? If you don't believe me, ask the Democratic
I only
Fundraising
appreciate
Committee.
honesty if they're saying something nice about me. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Nobody appreciates honesty, and that's where you kind of push the envelope a little bit. Now, this is Vegas, and you've been playing here a long time. Lots of things that I think you would like here. There's smoking,
yes.
there's drinking,
Yes.
there's red meat eating. You're a red meat
Well,
eater.
isn't it amazing now that in Las Vegas there's no smoking? I mean, I remember working I losed about 8 lines because of that. The smoke would come up, and you could do the famous, are you sending signals? Do you inhale?
That's right.
I mean, but non-smokers have taken over. They've won. Why don't they just admit it? And they're radical. They make no sense. They say things like, well, the secondary smoke is worse than the original smoke. Well, based on that, you might as well smoke.
That's right, and the drinkers too. They have a few there in town.
The rehab people, what's that all about, I mean, what's that? If you're in AA, God bless you, but give me a chance to bottom out just like you did.
And what's next? The vegetarians are now militant. I mean, they look at you when you're eating a big, juicy burger, and they're starting to look at you now.
Sean, it's funny you mentioned that. I seen a guy the other day eating a huge burger. This slob, it was dripping all over him. And I thought to myself, this is what's giving meat eaters a bad name.
It was me, wasn't it?
It was you. Yeah, I heard that hint of recognition.
There's still stains right there.
But you look good in whatever you eat.
But it's my right.
Well, that could be barbecue sauce. Now, that brings us to Big Daddy. Now, this is your alter ego. And you came up with this with a one-man show called Big Daddy's Barbecue. Tell us a little bit about the character and how it began.
Yeah, the character was based on my stand-up, and Big Daddy is a guy who's barbecuing on his day off. He's a postal worker, but not disgruntled. And he's bemoaning what the world has become very politically correct. We may not want to admit that, but it has. They're changing language on us. For example, I told a joke last week. I said my grandma was going deaf. We can't afford a hearing aid, so we just stopped talking to her. Lady stopped me after the show, said the term is no longer deaf, it's hearing impaired. I said, well, it doesn't matter what you say, she ain't going to hear it. So he addresses all this political correctness, which is taking over, the changing of language, the changing of signs. Certain groups are allowed to be outraged, certain groups aren't. And this is my appeal to them to find a sensible solution. For example, should there be gays in the military? One group says no, the other group says yes. My solution is to have a separate gay army. Now this will scare the heck out of everybody. Because the president will get on the phone and say, well, send our gay army over there. They take prisoners.
This is big. We've got a clip. Now this is going to be from the promotional video, the video for your new CD, the Jeff Comedy Jam.
Yeah, this is running on CMT.
CMT.
And it's the, we now do, since Jeff Foxworthy, we all have these music videos that have jokes in them, and this is called the Kentucky Mash. It has a song. You do it with style and the panache, then you're doing the Kentucky Mash.
Let's watch it. We got it right over here.
Hi, I'm Jeff Wayne. I'm from Kentucky. That's the land of opportunity if you're a trailer. Let me describe Newport, Kentucky for you. 1974, there was one tornado, 6 blocks of devastation, $25 worth of damage. And I used to be so proud to be a Newport High School graduate till I found out that's equivalent to a 3rd grade education anywhere else.
Boy, that was terrific. So, you know, people are going to come here to Vegas. When can they see you? Where can they see you?
Thanksgiving week, I will be playing the Maxim.
Oh, that's a great comedy room.
That's a wonderful room.
It is.
I've seen a magician work there.
That's right. I wonder who that could be.
In fact, I love it when we work because I always plug his show during the night, and then he plugs my show during the day. And people recycle coupons over and over and over.
That's right. And they get to see them all. Big Daddy and Large Father, as I guess the British equivalent would be something like that.
But that's a wonderful comedy room, and I'll be working there. And
you go through the casino, make your way with all the people with the big buckets of
the cup people.
The cup people.
I love the way they carry the cup all over the place. Hey, look at me. They take it in the buffet. You know, and they don't understand that cup is designed to let the casino know just what level of gambler they are. Because a high roller don't carry a cup. You don't see a guy with $10,000 in a cup. You can always tell the high roller from the cup people. High roller loses 10,000, wins 10,000, he doesn't blink an eye. Cup person, they win a quarter, lose a quarter, they carry on like a jackass for an hour and a half.
Well, I'm a cup person. You know, it's sad. You've got a cup full of nickels, and they pour it in the machine, and it comes out to be about 55 cents. That's always sad.
That's right.
Up to them. They're just happy with it.
It's the old gag, though. It's the only city where you see people sitting around in Cadillacs counting nickels.
Yeah.
Something we always do. Tell them about it.
That's right. We're going to hit you up for your 5 movie picks if you're at a desert island, stranded. You've got a VCR and a TV, mind you. What would the 5 movies be? Guilty pleasures included.
Okay, well, I'm glad to hear that that's all you're hitting.
I'm not sure I want to know what your guilty pleasures really are, Jeff.
I was getting worried being in a small room with 2 guys and a camera.
It's all a sham in here. We have other purposes.
My 5 films that I would pick. Number one would be Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein.
Oh, that's a good movie.
And, you know there's no Dracula, and I know there's no Dracula, but does Dracula know? And Bela Lugosi is great in that film.
Yes,
the monsters all remain true. That's what made that film work very good. Then I would pick The Ruling Class, of course.
The Ruling, with Peter O'Toole. Can I throw in my Peter O'Toole impression?
What are you going to get
My
drunk
name
and throw
is
up?
for my friends, and none of my friends are murderers.
Ooh, very good. Isn't that nice?
That is very good.
I'm not an impressionist. I just play one on TV. Next movie.
And of course, Peter O'Toole is a double phallic symbol.
That's right.
Let's pause and let people think about that.
Just a thought shot. You don't have to.
Let's have the next movie. What's the next one?
Shane, I would definitely pick. I can always watch. Shane is a film that has so many levels that I think it can be watched again and again. I always enjoy watching it. The Slash, The Raven, and The Black Cat with Boris Karloff and Bela Lugosi, Universal 1934-35.
The originals.
Which has great lines, which has Bela Lugosi looking at the guy about to get it by the pendulum, and the guy goes, "What is that? A pendulum? What's it doing? Descending."
Descending.
Well, you're very good at Lugosi.
I love Bela.
Give us one more before we go out. Then we
What was my last pick? I can't
That was the last one. That was 5. I guess I missed
got another one.
I must be missing a
No, I put a slash on the
Oh,
Raven.
you put a slash, yes.
I think, oh my God, Horse Feathers with the Marx Brothers.
Oh, that's a great
good
one.
one.
Well, listen, hang in here if you would, because we do our comedy video picks. We're going to be right back with more Entertainment Files with Jeff Wayne, Big Daddy Wayne. Good Lady Bruce trivia for us. You're a trivia buff.
I do have a trivia for you. There was a C to D movie made called Dirty Mouth, and you should ask your viewers to name the it's sort of a known actor around New York that played the lead in Dirty Mouth. And if they know that, what would they win?
That is a tough question. They would have to win a good prize, and they will. 2 tickets to Legends in Concert, center of the Las Vegas Strip at the Imperial Palace, because that is a tough one, so you got to get a good prize on that.
But that's a great show, so they're getting quite a good bargain.
It really is.
It certainly is. Let us know if you do. But we've got our comedy video picks, and why don't you kick them off?
I've got to start off with 1979, The In-Laws. It was written by Andrew Bergman, and he got his start writing Blazing Saddles with Mel Brooks and Richard Pryor. And The In-Laws, you've probably seen it, Peter Falk and Alan Arkin, but see it again if you haven't seen it in a while. It is a gem.
It is a very good movie. I'm going back to 1966. That was the year of the Marty Allen movie.
That's right.
But the one I enjoyed was very good. It was The Wrong Box. And it's a bit of a search in the video stores, but a lot of the best movies are. It was directed by Brian Forbes. It's from the Robert Louis Stevenson story of the Tontine. And it's a very good movie. Every British character actor that I love is in it. And maybe that's a reason. Plus some great stars. It's got Ralph Richardson, John Mills, Michael Caine, Peter Cook, Dudley Moore, Peter Sellers, Tony Hancock.
Wow.
A very good movie. How about you? You got a comedy pick for it?
I'm going to go along with a strange one, which is AIP 1963, The Comedy of Terrors, with Vincent Price and Basil Rathbone and Boris Karloff and Peter Lorre. And it was a great spoof of all the things they had been doing, where they play the undertakers who keep recycling. They keep throwing the body out of the casket and using the casket over and over again.
Recycling. That's what it is.
Recycling, there you go.
I'm surprised, knowing you and having more than a nodding acquaintance with Big Daddy, that you didn't choose, say, Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf as a comedy.
Yes, Martha, the great one-eyed monster. Why did you marry her? She balked and howled all night, scratching at the door. What can I do but let her live?
We could do
good
dueling Burtons.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
Richard.
now.
Elizabeth, balk.
Bark like a dog. Like a dog.
I love the way Richard Burton drank in the movies, too. Just two hands guzzled down every cup.
That's right. The
How else
wild
can you drink that
geese.
stuff?
The wild geese.
We gotta
had
take him out
that
drinking.
wonderful
We gotta
moment.
take him out drinking.
I know.
On a one hand.
Now the comedy pick. We got time. We've got some good
Another
videos
one
to
everybody's
look
seen, but I
for.
can't help it, The Odd Couple. But, you know, recently I got a Laserdisc version of The Odd Couple, and I'll tell you what's different. You actually get those great Walter Matthau shots. When Jack Lemmon is clearing his throat in the restaurant, you get the reaction shot. So see if you can see it on a widescreen edition, The Odd Couple.
Well, that's a good. Those widescreens are good. I just got the widescreen edition of The Rock. You know.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, which is very neat. I got another call though. I'm going to stay British, and it's a movie called A Chorus of Disapproval, and it was directed by Michael Winner, who's always been a bit of a loser in my book.
The director of the Death Wish sequels.
That's right. Who'd have thought he had a subtle comedy within him? It's from an Alan Ayckbourn play. It stars Anthony Hopkins, magnificent as a Welsh director who loves the theatre and hates anybody who isn't Welsh. Some great character actors pop up in there. Lionel Jeffries. Jeremy Irons gives a magnificent Sly performance. Chorus of Disapproval. One more from you, Jeff.
I was just thinking of that Chorus of Disapproval.
Is that a funny movie?
You said that. It is a great film, and I was thinking about my family when you said that. I would pick Who's Minding the Store, 1963, with Jerry Lewis, directed by Frank Tashlin. And this has great comedy scenes. I mean, if you like great, it's a great film, but it's really him presented in these great scenes. And it seems that people don't remember how just beautiful the flow is in this film. It just moves. And
Well, Frank Tashlin was an
epic
animated
gags.
director, and of course Jerry
Right.
Lewis an animated figure, so they really were a great team and did a lot of movies together. That's a good pick.
His work with Tashlin has these epic gags that really you feel the influence of the silent comics there.
Exactly.
That's right. Very much so. Very good.
I've never felt he was appreciated enough, Jerry Lewis. He was sort
We
of...
appreciate him.
We do,
Well,
that's right.
He knows he's
Nick staying out of it there.
Je think, I can't be right. In France he is. You know what? You're appreciated everywhere you go. You're going to be on Broadway next year.
Yes.
You're going to be at the Maxim. You're going to be all over. You can look out for the CD. It's the Jeff Comedy Jam. You also had It's Okay to Be a White Male. That was a great
That's
one.
what I wanna get.
But we want to thank you for
I wanna
being
thank
here on
you.
the show with us.
Do I get paid
Big
now?
Daddy Jeff
Yes,
Wayne.
that's right. We'll give you a cookie and a donut.
Oh, I
That's
ran out
right.
of cash my check on the bus.
This is the man downer here. And you know what? We're going to be back. We ran out of time this week, but we'll be back next week with more entertainment files right here on your favorite station.